Hello everyone, I'm going to be starting out today's stream with Object 705, my newest tank. I just picked it up right before the sale ended, which thanks for tipping Levi, Randall. Here you go, little bud. Let's hop into this here. Hopefully everyone's having a good day so far, which YouTube had a small update which brought a few changes. Not sure how exactly it works yet, but basically Twitch has something like it to where the chat replays alongside a live stream, like even after if you're watching basically a replay of the live stream. So here's the hoping it works, because basically just switching here really quick. I switched my overlay a little bit just to take the chat out. It frees up a little bit of the screen, and yeah, this is what I'm probably gonna swap over to, but I just want to make sure it actually works first. Hello, Brian, MW, Floyd, Lobovo, and Victor, I believe, and Randall, and Leonard. Nice to see y'all. Alright, so this is actually my first match in this. Yeah, I basically purchased it right before that sale ended. I haven't had a chance to play it all. Kind of surprised I had enough time to actually tweak a couple of the overlays, since that took me a couple hours here. Been a wee bit busy still. But like usual, feel free to request any tanks. I'm going to be doing basically 2 viewer requests and then doing a grind, switching back and forth, and doing my best to kind of stick with that setup. But another thing like YouTube added is now during live streams, I think, not even just solely on the replays, closed captioning is available automatically. Be interesting. You know, I don't think any computer can really decipher what I say sometimes. But that's something else they added, and there's a couple other things, but that mainly dealt with mobile streaming. Like you could tag basically where you're streaming from. Oh, I shot him too low. I can't believe I shot him too low. I don't have the large gun, but even that would not be able to pen him. I'm curious if he's gonna try to flank me, but I don't think he will. I'm just double checking here to make sure, well, A, that there's not something like that back there. Go figure. I forgot that there is a little thing behind that. Alright, so we got lots of people here. My team's gonna probably need me to make headway here, or else we're gonna be in some trouble if that Ferdinand continues to push on us. Crap. Why did I pick this my first match? I should have picked something a little bit more forgiving. It's because you need to angle this thing and definitely land your shots in the right spot. It's not like the gun, like the gun's good, it's just it doesn't like say completely wipe the floor of shooting things with armor. Unfortunately our other flank isn't doing too well. I just kind of missed him. I should have shot his glacis, upper glacis when I had it. Oh crap. At least that didn't damage me. Probably gonna be a mistake. Yep, because I bounced. Like, I know shooting that was not the weakest area I could have hit, but I see them flanking us and not really, we're not making any headway here. Like, the VK is behind me now. I took a little bit too long for trying to do something. Oh well. A little bit tough though when you have a lot of their tanks basically situated right in front of you. Yep, thanks for shooting me from the back though. I'm probably not gonna make it out of this if I had to guess. Oh crap, I don't have a shot there. And the VK got me again. Just no matter where I went, I was gonna get shot somewhere from the back or side. Oh well. But still did over 2k damage. But basically the 705, it's meant for like city fighting, side scraping, stuff like that. It's not too good at long range or like on hilly terrain, but yeah, I definitely screwed up a few shots. Hello Abdul, nice to see you. And also Palladium. But yeah, I'm hoping, so tonight I stream Stellaris for the first time, so that will be interesting. I need to still make an overlay and stuff for it and get that all set up. Hopefully I have plenty of time for that. I just have a couple things at the restaurant today right after the stream, so yeah. Levi will be joining me for that. Thanks for the challenge, Leonard. I'll get to that shortly here. But by next stream, so probably not by tonight, but who knows, I might get it done by then. But the stream shop for YouTube here with Fussbot, that's getting taken down as far as the developer is, you know, basically removing it. So I'm switching everything over to commands. Most likely, you know, some stuff I'm probably not going to add into it just so there's not like millions of commands that you guys have to know. But they're going to be in the video description for my next World of Tanks stream, definitely. And yeah, it'll be, you just type, you know, exclamation point like tip Levi or something in the chat. It automatically will, you know, deduct the currency. If you don't have the amount of currency, it just simply won't work. It won't show anything up for it. So, be a little bit different. But basically that's how most other chatbots work. A T50? Do you mean the Skoda T50, William? Because I don't have like the T50 light tank, if that's the one that you mean. The Crusader, honestly, I have not played this tank in eons. I'm just kind of familiarizing myself here with the gun at the very least. At least I got a map like Fisherman's Bay, which is decent for a tank like this. That's a nice MW. You just finished the game? Oh man. How long did that take you? Usually my games take me like, I don't know, months to finish, as far as like playing straight through and like getting the end game and stuff like that. I probably have the game I'll be starting tonight on the stream. I've played for like maybe 5 hours just to get past like the initial like setup phase. I'm really glad you didn't pen me. Not that your gun hurts that much, but really surprised this guy is not dead yet. Okay, the Skoda, that sounds good. A little bit concerning that we have 3 people that did not leave the base. Just pointing that out. Hopefully that doesn't come into play. You guys just need to stop pinging there. Because obviously I'm going over here. I'm not going to stay here if I see anything because it's not going to be worth it, but at the same time, with how my team's set up, like I can't even necessarily push here. Because, like, honestly, they shouldn't pull up here because you're just gonna die S-35. They're better off letting them try to come out on us and basically hitting them then. If we push into like G1 area, we're just gonna die. Come on, gun. Like this MAA1, like you just saw that I spotted 2 people there, a tier 6 and a tier 5, so why would you push in like that? It makes no sense to me. But what do I know? But if your team doesn't contest this very much, it's hard to justify pushing into it. Which is Hellcat, knowing most Sherman 3s, they have howitzer guns, so I don't know why he's pushing into him, but I just know that trying to push into him here isn't good. We're better off letting them try to crest over and we hit them then. At least we are up by 4. It's just oh, now let's see, I'm gonna get hit by that, and I got myself out in the open. But now we're only up by 1. Okay, Artie, it's now or never. Save yourself or you're probably gonna die. Like, we have 2 Artie in the cap. Oh, I should have hit that shot. At least I got both of them out. Again, let them push over and make the mistakes. Hello, Deathman. Nice to see you. Hello, TJD. It's good. But at least those couple people pushing a little bit recklessly didn't cost us the match there. Let's add these requests in, M46 patent, 4. Had a lot of T34 or 43s today. There we go. I always get confused which one gets requested sometimes, since like the dash is the only difference between them. Anyway, top 3 damage, not too bad. And a Crusader for not being top tier. Our T37 did an excellent job though. Even, you know, T34 did a good job too. But overall, pretty good match. My next request is a warm-up tank. Why don't I play... I don't really know. Let's see. For some reason, the T110E4 is sticking out to me. Usually I don't feel like playing the E4. I'd rather pick the E3, but I'll go with it today. Hello Samuel, nice to see you. The Strive 103B, sure. If you ever want to request a tank, just it's right on the right side of my screen. There's exclamation point request, press space and type a tank name. As long as I have it, you know, I'll add it to the queue. Which, as far as new news about like 1.0 stuff like that, I haven't seen anything outside of that one Q&A. So more or less, we're just kind of waiting to where if it's staying the same like it has for the past few weeks, this Thursday, we'll see the test server update and either more bug fixes or something new getting added to it. For those with NVIDIA cards though, they did release, I haven't downloaded it yet because, you know, really only going to help with World of Tanks 1.0. They released a new graphic driver that apparently fixes some issues people are having and increases performance a bit too. Hello Cut and Brian and Tito. No problem, William. I'd say there's a link I posted in Discord too on the main channel and like Public World of Tanks that has like a full transcript of it translated to English. The one I posted, like that was like I gave them credit, like 2 websites. I took pieces from that and also spruce it up a little bit to where some of the translations they did, because like one put it through Google Translate, like anyone can do that. I just fixed a couple of those to make them a little bit more straightforward rather than like, I don't know why I'm backing up like this, but didn't want to get hit there, but I was definitely backed up really strange. Do I think their TD is over here? Go with a yes. Hello Thorn, nice to see you. Yeah, their TD is definitely over here. Do I think he's the only TD over here? Really glad you missed me, 705 or 704. This once I moved away from here, they pushed in because we don't have a lot of people over here compared to what you would normally see. All right, Super Conqueror, can I please get on the corner? I know you want to fight here, however, you can't overmatch the Object 257. I can. And of course my round shoots right under it. That's just fantastic, you know? But if the center or even the right side doesn't do something soon, we are not gonna win this. I'm not poking around there because there's 2 750 Alpha TDs around that corner. That's why you don't do that, Super Conqueror. But whatever, I'm gonna hit the T95 because at this point we've lost this area and I can't get out of here. We didn't have enough guns pointed to stop them from pushing. Still not completely lost, but it's basically at that point, which I screwed that up too. I was turning my hull while trying to aim and it didn't line up in time for me to take an earlier shot. Yep. Yeah, at least I soaked up one more shot here, but the T-95's behind me. The Object 252, yeah. Yeah, he could pretty much pen me. Oh well. It's closer than it should be right now, but the enemy kind of paused for a second. But once they pushed into this center area, I couldn't push around here because they had 2 TDs covering. And we only really had the Super Conquerors falling back. We had like 3 total tanks here, plus myself. And they were just really, not really contested pushing through here. But, oh well. There's still, I guess, a small chance they can win this. But it'll be nice when Pilsing's reworked, because that one area there will be a little bit less important. It will still probably be the main flank, but it won't be as crucial for your team to win it. So hopping into a grind before I get to the Hellcat. Tito, yeah, I can add the M3 Lee. Like I just said right before you type that though, just type ! request, press space, and type a tank name. But I'll cut you some slack. It's just, it can get lost really easily in chat unless you use the command that I have set up for tank requests. Samuel, off the top of my head, I did have like a list of them. Let me see if I still have it in OBS here. Probably one of these. There we go. So they're removing Swamp, Windstorm, Stalingrad, Sacred Valley. 100% chance apparently they're never coming back in the game. And then for the next patch, most likely Klondike, Wide Park, Kharkov, and Highway will get temporarily removed. And small chance, I guess, Pilsing as well. I'm going to set up over here. Just, I know going out over here like a lot of people do, maybe I'll try. It's just, it's really risky whether or not your team's actually going to... No, I'm not heading over there. I'm gonna head over on this side. We don't have enough people here, so more likely than not, our team's only gonna set up like here, unless the enemy just doesn't push up at all. So if the enemy is kind of being the aggressors on the peninsula, and you're set up like over here, where most unarmored TDs would go, you're gonna get spotted, and you're not gonna be having a lot of fun. Well, Deathman, they are removing specifically those maps. Like, they are adding in Glacier, which is a new map in the next patch, but they're removing them because honestly they can't balance them. Like, Swamp's one of the least balanced games or maps in the game, where the wood percentage from the north is like 5% higher from the south. And a few other of the maps, you know, they're removing for somewhat the same reasons. They are adding Province back into the game. They do have new maps. It was in that top little blurb of the text I put up there, where we'll most likely this year, now that they're done with the change over to the new graphic engine, we'll most likely see at least one new map every single patch, I would guess, as far as like major patches, not like little micro patches to fix bugs. I would reckon we see one per patch now. That's how it used to be, to where basically over the past, it's been like almost 2 years, they've been working on switching over to the new graphics. So of course they're not going to add in a ton of maps in the old graphic engine when they're just gonna have to change them all. Like, I don't disagree with you, it stinks that they remove maps, but in this case, them removing things is fine by me. and especially because they stated that once they get this patch out in March for the new graphic engine, you're gonna see then in the next couple patches, yeah, I should have waited, they're gonna be expanding maps like Mines, Ensk, Karelia apparently too, to where smaller maps like them are gonna be kind of expanded out and made larger. That way they're not as frustrating to play in higher tiers. Yeah, I personally would like to see Dragon Ridge. Like, they are adding, it's technically an Asian map. It's gonna be like a naval port with like warships, stuff like that, but they have stated they want to add more Asian maps back into the game, possibly stuff like Dragon Ridge, maybe Pearl River, because of the SEA and Chinese server, which unfortunately our team got clobbered over on the peninsula. I'm not too surprised there, just looking at our tanks compared to theirs. I don't know how though, like our 268 version 4 didn't do too well over there. Unfortunately, being bottom tier in a Borsig, like, I don't have much HP to work with, nor do I have any armor, so I'm really just trying to play off of my team, and didn't really do it there. Hello, nice guys, Steve and Sam. Yeah, I'm 150% dead here. Still eat that 1700 damage, but yeah. This is one map, honestly, I'm surprised they haven't changed much with Serene Coast here. Only because I feel like I don't care if a map's symmetrical or not, but I feel like there's too much of a difference as far as I find from the northern team here, you have way too many people camp right around the base, which this is the side where it's kind of crucial that you get tanks out over here to basically gain this area, because you're a little bit stronger on the 1 to 4 side, I feel like, coming from the northern side than the south. And I feel like this is an unbalanced map, and you know, they didn't really make many changes with that 1.0 update. Somehow I got the most amount of damage. I should not have gotten the most amount of damage there, and top 3 as far as the last match, but I didn't play either that well there. So let me get into a Hellcat. There we go. Which I'll probably do this and then the T-43. I'll get into the ultimate challenge in the next couple battles too. Hello, Mojo. Pilsing we should see on the test server. They did say most likely that's being released with 1.0, because that's been reworked pretty heavily and they're almost finished it. What's supposed to be a Grand Battles map? Glacier? It's right now, it's even on the test server, it's 15 versus 15. It seems large, but it's not any larger than say like Erlingberg and stuff. Well, that stinks, Sam, that you still don't have any school. But honestly, if people are protesting or striking, it's for a good reason usually. The Asian map, they haven't stated that it's a grand battle map yet. To where most likely it'll be 15 versus 15. Basically with that map, from the previews, it hasn't been like stated it was grand battles. It could be, but more or less the only grand battle map that I know of that they're developing, it's like Hidden City or like Hidden Temple, or I don't know, not Hidden Village, but it's like almost like a Pacific Island themed map. That I know is going to be a grand battle map. But as far as the Asian, they don't have a name for it right now. Basically the naval base one, that hasn't really been, you know, confirmed or denied. Whether or not it's grand battles, which, you know, I'm leaning towards 15 versus 15. Only because the playable area, it doesn't look that wide open for it to be that large of a, or not that large of a map, but to be a grand battle map, because even with like Klondike and what is it, like Nebelberg or something, you'll see that pretty large swaths of those maps. I don't even know why I shot that. I thought I could see a little bit of them, but no, I can't. I usually hate sitting here, but given that I'm in a Hellcat and I'm bottom tier, I'm gonna roll with it. But I'll probably end up pushing sooner than later here. Whoops. I was trying to guess there. Luckily though, they didn't push anyone into the center to kind of contest this area. There's that TD. Not that I can hit him now. Hello GG and JL. I'm glad you could catch me during your lunch break. I was about to say, it's a little bit too early for me to make big moves, but I am extremely tempted to. Only because my team isn't doing well in the north. And my team in the south here is stuck on 3 tanks that I can't really hit. Like the T-34 knows that I can shoot him. But right now we don't have anybody spotting, which, yeah, this is definitely not the brightest idea for me to do. But if I can leapfrog here and spot for my team, because the Hellcat doesn't have that bad a view range like some tanks do at this tier, that will definitely help them out. I'm not going to try to push up here. I'm just going to try to take a little peek. That didn't even spot him. Somebody else did. I was trying just to get a little look-see. But at least my team's doing pretty well here. But that's one mistake. Like I've gotten one shot in to where TDs will make if you kind of sit back near your spawn, like I was. They won't push up later on and kind of take a couple more risks. It's like you have full HP, even though I can still very much be one-shot here. You have full HP, so you might as well spot for your team and basically help your teammates out a little bit that have been pushing a little bit more aggressively. But we should have this here. That guy's AFK. I'll aim for Mr. OI there. The new province map most likely will be just for, say, up to tier 3. When they removed it from the game, that's how they had it. It wasn't always that way. But I can almost guarantee that'll only be for lower tiers because they had tried to expand it, I believe, like adding more playable area outside of like what we know of province right now, and they said it just utterly failed. So most likely it's the same size and it's one of the smaller maps in the game already, to where it should just be for lower tiers, which they are removing mitten guards, so province will probably kind of take its place. Come on. There's an IS-6 at our base. That's kind of funny. Someone please kill him. I'd rather not have to throw like APCR. There we go. I don't have like a high percentage to actually pin him. I'm gonna plot my butt on cap. given that I'm definitely not going to push into them there. I was about to say the IS-2 was already, yeah. Yeah, he's blacklisted to where most likely he was AFK in this match too, at least early on. He was probably someone who bots, if that's, you know, if I could guess, or who just AFKs at the beginning of every match and then just kind of moves around at the end. Guessing this IS-6 is not pushing. Oh well. At least I had a pretty decent fight. 1400 damage, a little over 400 assists. Well, Hidden Village, I could see that making a return. They removed that because looking at like heat maps, so basically where tanks go every single battle, everyone was just going to one flank, to where like some people went to the center and barely anybody went over to the village part, to where we could see it make a return, or at least like a map that's similar to it. But them removing maps like that mainly came down to, you know, they'd have to rework it so heavily that it wouldn't even resemble the previous map. So I feel like they're just going to make new maps, basically. It's the same like theme, but basically different design. So I have a T-43, then I'll get into the ultimate challenge after that Leonard bought here. Hello, Fix-It, nice to see you. Which I kind of showed in the beginning, but YouTube had an update to where now, like Twitch, your chat replays next to your video if, say, someone's watching your live stream like the next day. So I'm most likely going to be switching over to this after today. I'm going to leave the thing in the upper right corner of both of my kind of URLs for Twitch and YouTube, at least for a little bit. But yeah, this is something that's going to be different. I didn't want to do it right now because it is a new feature for YouTube. I just want to make sure it works before I pull the chat off the screen, because I know some of you guys, you know, can't always catch the streams and watch them kind of after the fact. And I know a few actually watch on televisions, but you know, that's something to where I don't think the chat shows up on your TV because it's full screen. But it could work like off of a smartphone at the same time. You can set it up to do that. But I'm not sure how exactly that works. I watch YouTube videos on my TV, but I haven't ever watched a stream on it before. A little bit concerned because, you know, we don't really have anybody out here. I'm just gonna try to take a couple look-sees here. Hopefully not die too early. Yep, there's an IS-2. A little cheap shot off there. It's just already can hit you if you're not careful. Can even still hit me here technically, depending on where they're set up. But I'd rather be up here. This area, I've kind of changed how I play this side. So I used to set up here, but you can get hit by arty a lot more, like I stated. And also, if your team doesn't really push and you're getting flanked, you can't get out of that spot easily. Whereas if you position yourself on D2, you're mostly already safe, unless the arty's down in like K1, K2, and you're able to kind of take the same shots, but you get all the benefits of being able to retreat if you need to. Also, got a little lucky there. Like right now, this OHO and IS-2 are pushing. They're getting flanked, so I'm actually gonna head over here. Not that I want to fight an OHO directly, but There's the arty shot. This Super Persian hasn't really poked out to make himself known, so this heavy tank number 6 is... Oh, he can see him. Okay, the heavy tank number 6 is going to basically be the prime target here. Try to get him so he's not moving. Takes 3 shots, I believe. Nope, maybe not. Oh well. Still causing HP damage though. And I bounced. But I think it's overextended a little bit there for, you know, that's nice for us. Hello, Simo Payne, nice to see you. So an ultimate challenge. So there's a URL in my video description on YouTube, but it's going away after today. Everything's gonna switch over to commands, to where there's a shop for the stream to where you can spend the currency you get for watching and also tipping on different items. So an ultimate challenge is, he's probably really mad that I tracked him. Basically, oh, my already just hit me. I spin a wheel, you'll see it. Streamlabs has a little widget that I can use to where it picks a certain type of tank or tier, and I get to pick the tank from there, and because the ultimate challenge is the hardest one, and I have to do 2.5 times the HP total of the tank for damage, assist, and block all combined. So say for the T-43 here, has 1100 HP, I'd have to do 2.5 times the HP total here, and damage, assist, and block, which I'm not nearly close to. So if I win it, you guys get to see a good match. If the person that has challenged me wins it, they get back a few extra Levi biscuits at a currency, and they also get their name up on the challenge board, which I'll pop up after this since I just mentioned it. You don't always see like, it's, you know, challenge board. I have sponsors up there, people who tip their usernames, stuff like that. I'm just gonna push through the cap because, you know, I might as well just go for it. The Scorpion G can one-shot me, but most likely we're gonna win this unless we really screw up, but I don't think we have too much to worry about. Like, we're only up by 4 now, but oh god, we're only up by 3. No. Only about to be up by 2 when he kills me. I was trying to get behind him to push him out. Whoops, I hit an ally. Luckily I didn't do anything to him as far as damage. Track him. Hit him again. Whoopsie daisy. Now I actually screwed him up. Trying to help you, dude. We'll say sorry though. At least we killed him. Alright, I'm up to like yeah. I'm up to 2k damage, that's not bad. If you mean just as far as, which thank you Jikmo for the subscription. If you mean just based off of the Paul doing it, it's because he doesn't have a rank yet, I believe. But I haven't changed anything as far as Fussbot goes. But who knows? A lot of things are changing because, you know, which, sorry Simo, I don't have a LTG. I don't have any Russian lights. as far as tech tree ones. But got a mastery badge second class. You know, unfortunately, like I'm really busy with the restaurant now, but I'm doing my best to keep up with all the chatbot stuff because I basically have to restart everything, more or less. But pretty decent match there. So let me get into the T43. But you know, unfortunately, I don't have all the time I need to. All right, so let's get this up here. Fix for me today. I'm gonna have to play a tier 10 light tank, and I'll probably get on Himmelsdorf knowing my luck, but there's nothing. Tier 10 light tank for a challenge. I had to do 2.5 times the HP here. Got 4 to choose from. I'm gonna go with my newest one, just for the sake of things here. So that's got 1600 HP. I think I did this last time too, and I lost it by quite a bit, but I don't know. So I got it to 4,000 between them. Between damage and assist, basically, because I'm not going to block anything. That's nice, you get to watch a little bit more comfortably, Brian. Okay, as far as like certain ranks that show up, so you can have right now on Fussbot up to 2. If I switch over to say Streamlabs's bot, it'll be a little bit different. There should just be 1, but sometimes 2 pop up in Fussbot because I have a separate, basically separate ranks for watch time all the way up to whatever Randall's at, and then I have ones tied to Levi biscuits, and that starts at, I think, like 7,500 Levi biscuits. You might get the first rank for them. I didn't erase, I guess accidentally scrolled down there, but yeah, it's difficult to say because basically tonight or early tomorrow, Fussbot, he's putting an update out to take out, you know, the chatbot shop, and with that, hopefully he doesn't delete like that entire page of the bot, because that's where all of the shop items are, the commands and stuff, and a lot of different things, to where I stayed out a little bit too long there. Because you usually don't get any spotting damage early on here unless your Artie's set up, which mine isn't. Like, one's not even loaded yet because it's a bat chat. But like, even right now, like, nobody is set up to actually deal any damage here except for now my SPGs. Sometimes to get yourself a little bit less exposed, I'll tap the, you know, space bar for the handbrake when I'm trying to turn, just because it does slow you down, but it'll make you a little bit harder of a target to shoot, because people don't always take that into account, so they'll overshoot you a little bit. Which, thank you very much, Joe Biden's hair plugs, for the tip. So, I've had that problem before. I forget the exact file. You have to, I had that bug. You have to delete, it's in app data, which, hello, Crimson Steel on Twitch, nice to see you. Oh, the wheel's still up there? Thanks for pointing that out. Sorry about that. I guess took another stupid hit there. At least I got their T100 light out. But so you have to go into like your, say, Windows Explorer, and there's app data roaming, and you have to delete that file. I'll try to figure out specifically. I forget. Someone had posted it on Discord, the specific file extension. Got hit again. It's just they have tanks over here I can't spot. And my team is camping hard where, like, if I was in Object 268 version 4, I'd probably be playing a little bit more aggressively. But I'm just going to back up a pinch here for a second. Because the likelihood of somebody popping over and killing me is pretty high. Let me get myself out of the view range. Thanks for letting me know about the wheel, guys, though. I posted it's under the live stream channel on Discord, but I posted what my second screen looks like, and that's not even all the windows I have up during streaming. Some of them are minimized unless I need them. I have way too many windows open to where I get really confused sometimes. I hope I didn't get spotted here. I'm just trying to find somewhere to where I can, like, spew off a couple of shells. Like, I have 3 of these HE shells left that I know I can't pen like a Stripe 103B from the front, to where I'm just trying to take little pot shots, because, like, penning things in this, I'm not gonna, like, pen an Object 140 on its turret or the Object 430U, something like that. Couple little lights there. Awesome, a little bit more assist damage. Spotted again, but they kind of know I'm coming this way. Trying to barely peek over, didn't see anything. Hello, Stefan. I think I took the wheel down now. Now we don't have anybody on the hill to spot. I'm gonna, I guess, pop over that direction. Could be risky. It's just we technically should have somebody spotting the hill. I will swap over to normal rounds now. WZ 111-5A. See, they slot it right up there once they saw that our peeps left. Don't know if I'm gonna get spotted now. I think I'm gonna die only because I got myself into the water here, and he's gonna be able to catch up to me before I can make a retreat. Oh, he missed. Thank God. Team, save me. That can be RD'd here. Somebody. Like, really? They're already should be trying to hit these guys because... Here we go. Try to shoot this building out, maybe. Kind of using that as cover. Awesome, somebody got him as well. My problem is now, I'm gonna try to spot the hill, but it's like 50-50 whether or not I'm gonna... Yeah, somebody got me here. Live or not, because they can sit on or sit behind bushes here and spot me. I'm actually gonna try to pop up behind one of these bushes and see if that works. lit now, but I have a feeling he's behind that one. Oh, I know I'm close to the challenge, but I'm trying to... I would have gotten it if I stayed in the center by now, but I'm trying to help my team deal with this flank, even though nobody's over here to help me anymore. There's a Foch B and an E50M somewhere. I know I'm gonna find him, like, and he's gonna take me out right before I'm able to hit him too. There he is. One more shot and then... Awesome. Thank you for the challenge though, Leonard. I just pushed myself over that last little hurdle though. I'm gonna guess... No, he's back here. I was gonna guess that the Foch B was still in the town, but he pulled all the way back there. Pretty good battle though. I did get a good map for this, honestly. You know, usually I get something like Himmelsdorf in a light, but I got a little bit lucky getting the broke here. Come on. Awesome. 3 kills, 1600 damage, 5600 spot. Not too bad. You kind of missed the wheel. Here you go. I'll leave it back up now for the rest of the stream. But no, thanks for letting me know, guys. My best match in what is it, the RHM Panzer Wagon here. First class, got a patrol duty. Not a lot of damage, but you know, enough to make it worthwhile. Surprised this IS-7 didn't really shoot much for being alive that long, but most amount of experience on my team at least. And the enemy, you know, they had a few people just holding in, but they never really pushed anywhere. Like they had a couple mediums trying to spot, but it feels like their TDs, except for like the Strev 103B, were too far back, so they couldn't actually hit what they were spotting. But you know, overall, really good match. Crap ton of assist damage, so I'm happy. Thanks for the challenge again, though, Leonard. All right, so get a couple things. Levi is now snoring again. You get a couple things set up here before getting into a T-34 heavy tank. So thanks, guys. The T-34 here. But getting back to your question though about the loading the World of Warplane garage, I'll try to find something after the stream, but in the meantime, if you look up, you should be able to, let me see if I can find it. So you should be able to go to, in your Windows Explorer, C, users, like click on whatever your username, like mine's Cody Ryan, and then you go into app data, which you have to make it sometimes view, and you have to like view hidden folders. You can always Google how to do that, but you'll click app data, go to like roaming, and then find like wargaming.net, and you can usually just simply delete the World of Warplanes file there, and that should fix it if you're having a problem with that. Basically, it's something with your settings. So that basically holds like your video settings, basically like your garage filters, like stuff like that. So that'll fix that problem. If that doesn't fix it though, if all else fails, try to reinstall everything. Which, thanks for tipping Levi a biscuit. Here you go, little buddy. Come on. Alright, I'm just gonna leave it next to him because he is he's having a happy dream there. Try to, I don't think you guys can see him too well here, but he's beneath the microphone and the desk here. Which I'll try to remember. I'll show the sponsor and a challenge board after this, since I forgot to do that. But yeah, basically that fixed it for me. To where when you do reinstalls of games, and sometimes even uninstalls, it won't take that out. Because that holds, you know, all your settings for the game, and sometimes I believe games like actually save, like say a save game if you're playing like a single player game might be there as well. But it's pretty easy to do. The hardest part is just if you don't have, which it's just right clicking and viewing like hidden folders. I think that's the setting. Yeah, I actually got myself, I don't want to pop out here now. Me and my candy cane camouflage here. We don't have anybody really on the right, or not the right, but 8-0 side. Yes, this camouflage, you can see it. This is the Christmas holiday one. So, I forget which specific set it came from. Ah, crap. And say I didn't even bother to like try to angle or anything because I didn't think I would spot it, but he had a shot on me. Of course, like, I'm just a little bit frustrated because, yeah, our team literally has nobody over here. We just lost 2 tanks. I don't know how. Or no, I do know how. They're trying to push through, straight through here, and that's where all the enemies are. But, yeah, this match is... Like, I really like playing the T-34, but I can't really hold down with it and do anything. Like, they have a bat chat and a CDC out in the field, but that's not really gonna be that easy for me to hit. But my team right now is just, we're not setting up make it a competitive match. There is going to be a VK here, but RD kind of knows I'm here now, and they're most likely reload it here. VK sees me. Yes, the files are in the computer, yeah. Thanks for the challenge, Sam. Which tank would you like? Unless you typed it in there. I just can't switch over to that screen right away, which should have known it because I knew the T-92 was still going to be aiming at me. My team hasn't moved, and judging by where the T-92 is, I'm the only tank he can shoot, unless he can see the Jagdpanzer E-100, which I don't think he's spotted right now. But unfortunately, this is one of those battles where bottom tier and the T-34, it's not like I can tank damage or spot, and I'm on a map to where my team's not exactly giving me little places to shoot through. Yeah, I don't even want to pop out of here anymore because the T-92 is almost definitely aiming at me. There still might be somebody back here. I know the 110 is, but I should have enough time if I don't dive from someone this way to hit the 110 and get back into cover before the T-92 can reposition and shoot me. Hello, Tommy. Okay, KV4 requests? Sure thing. This is gonna be iffy if the T92 is still aiming at me. See, I knew the VK wasn't loaded because he gets fired. Exactly, T92 is still aiming at me. Our team's only down by 2 though, so we technically still have a chance. I don't know how, which I guess I think the VK just fired at him. I'm gonna take a quickie here in case the other already is aiming at me, but now we're only down by 1. It's just, I don't know where I want to go because I have no HP. But that's where getting hit by Artie, like, it was a little bit annoying since that's where almost all my HP went, but him, like, a tier 10 focusing on me at tier 8 the entire match, I'll consider that a win if my team wins. If not, then, you know, I'm annoyed that Artie was hitting me. But really at this point, it's tough to say what I should do because most likely we have some mediums pushing behind us, or I'm screwed in that department. This ISM, yeah, it's taken out. Now the 704 is kind of next on the chopping block. But yeah, and we're not gonna get this most likely, just because we're all kind of scattered. I was trying to get back to this area to help, but let's say I was close to being dead there, but the T92 can flash me through there. But our best bet here was basically to ball up, try to kill, say, like their bat chat, and kind of take them out one by one, to where we did the opposite. And it's tough to say what to do now because the KV4 is, like, they're pushing into full HP tanks here, like, especially later on in matches, you really have to group together for teamwork. Ooh, I was gonna say, I just got spotted by something. Yep, they're back there as far as their... Ooh, Lord. Yeah, I'm not gonna get a shot there. Yeah. Hello, Mr. Bat. Oh well, I eked out 2k damage even though I had a rough start. It's just... the enemy did a good job kind of working together there at the end. Well, Victor, kind of what I went through there as far as going into your users. So C, users, app data roaming, or app data then roaming, and then finding wargaming.net and deleting World of Warplanes. That should fix it as far as if you're... the game's working, but it's just stuck on, say, loading. Which this is the sponsor board I mentioned earlier for anyone that hasn't seen it before. Yeah, Raffle, thanks for reminding me. So we have 800 Levi biscuits here for the winner. Yeah, it's basically the large names on there. They're people who have, you know, sponsored or tipped, and then the little white tokens are for winning challenges. All right, so let's go to T50. Then I'm gonna get into a grind after that. Even though this is technically a grind, but I'm getting into another grind. Go to T50. But soon I'll have the strange language, yes. I guess I technically could make like a video of it, but I don't shoot. Not that I have anything like bad, but I'm not sure I want to show everyone all my files on my computer. Which I should within the next week hopefully have it to where, so on Twitch and YouTube I'll be able to do raffles on both. I just haven't had it set up all the way yet. Yeah, so you literally have to smash the computer to basically fix World of Warplane's loading. So what you do is, I don't know how other people's computer work, but that funky little place where your Ethernet wire plugs in, you stick a screwdriver. No, I can't even say that because I don't want anyone potentially doing that. I've seen a bunch of weird things before as far as computer fixes. Usually I'm the one in my family that people will kind of come to as far as fixing a computer, but then at the same time, you know, they feel like what I'm saying might not work. Why'd you just randomly stop there? Let's say I don't want to go too far right. I want to see what's in front of me first, because like, say they're Type 5 705s and the WZ-111-4 VK-101P for whatever reason come to this side. Yeah, I go to this side in the heavy, so it's not out of the realm of possibilities. I'd basically just turn tail and run, to where a lot of people make the mistake, like the Bulldog got himself a little bit too far out there, where even though he spotted the 1390, likelihood of you taking a lot of damage earlier is much higher. I've actually smashed and blown up a couple computers, but that was specifically to do that though. My family, they used to have, like, this is, you know, it basically, they sold it off right before, or not sold it off, but closed it down right before, like, I was conscious, but, you know, I was still, like, say 1 to 3 years old. They used to have a food distribution company, to where after they closed it, you know, it's just kind of like a warehouse and office building. And I have such a good shot there, but I wasn't loaded. There was just a bunch of like leftover stuff in there, and we'd go in and like, say, blow up like bottles and stuff with like guns, and like, this was later on. Like I was like a teenager, or almost a teenager, and there'd be like computers and stuff, so we'd have fun. Because until they sold it, you know, it's just like a kind of closed up old warehouse. It was definitely creepy though. Oh, come on. There's one shot. I say I should have been spotted there. CD tray was a cup holder. I feel like that's what I should use mine for. Like, I put one into this PC build, given that you never know when you need one, but, you know, they give you, the only thing I could have used it for was installing Windows, and they have those on thumb drives now. They don't even sell CDs for it. Like Windows 10, you're basically plugging a thumb drive in to install Windows on a fresh PC build. I thought that was pretty cool. And then it made a lot of sense that, why hasn't this happened sooner? Congrats, Labobo, on winning the raffle. Come on, load quicker. I could dive in here. I probably will after this clip here. I just wanted it to get to the point to where I could clip a tank and still have like a shell left over. But I probably wait it one too long here, because they're gonna kill this guy before I can get to him. WZ ran away, Centurion ran away, which they should have. I'm gonna guess that nobody else is back here other than them, to where I should be somewhat safe pushing. It's just later on in matches, like, I feel bad for the other side, which is, I was kind of watching it. Later on in matches with autoloaders, the more HP you have, the better, because it gives you options. Whoop, there's a Strev. I am ammo racked, but it's a little bit more important for me to get. A little bit more important for me to get my track up. Hello, Ferry Group. Nice to see you. Long time no see. And Leon. Okay, I said that because the TVP didn't have much HP, and the T-54 Mod 1 pushing up, so a little bit better for our team. It's definitely, they still have a lot of armor on their team, unfortunately. Looks like that Shrev ran away. I'm just gonna reload now, because we should probably go after them, but it's gonna be tough now. Just waiting for my ammo rack to get back up too, but penning these things is like heat shell 310. It's iffy to pen them, especially at range, because I'm just gonna get vaporized if I get spotted here. Alright, little dog, you don't gotta kick me. I'm gonna try to spot, but you still have arty, which makes it a lot more difficult here. I honestly think they might have went back to the cap. To be honest. Unfortunately, I know better. I died last stream pushing past this bush. I know better than to push there, because if you look at this hill, you're getting right inside the V range if you do that. And there's a little gap that you can get spotted from. But yeah, I honestly think they went back and they're gonna push. If these guys don't push through here on me, they're basically gonna push like that. It gives them pretty good cover, and they'll be able to just pop up right out of the blue and roll through us. But we'll see. Honestly, there's not too much I can do now, because moving and running away from here, I currently have a decent look at the base. Not perfect, but the TVP can't spot from where he's from. But I'm probably going to end up running south. Hello, 23. Nice to see you. Excuse me. It's just hard to say, because they could pop up literally right in front of me if they wanted to as well. I'm just surprised they're camping as hard as they are, because their 3 heavies honestly had quite a bit of HP left on them, where they could literally just drive across the center of the map and we'd be done. But I guess they're planning something. I just hope their plan entails, say, pushing in the B line, just right across the B line, or even C. Which, up after this, I'll do the challenge coming up. I believe it was the KV4. Still haven't made my way over to the purchase screen. This is honestly really whoop. Yep, the Udes. Like, this is really strange here. Yeah, I don't have 6th sense, so... Really smart to send their Udes, because I literally couldn't even spot him that far away until he got within the 50-meter auto spot. Pulling back right now, it could be better, but the only thing I worry about is then, like, the M4A1 honestly can't spot basically up to where I come out behind here. I got really lucky though that 705 didn't kill me, and honestly that the Udes pushed a little bit further up and got auto spotted. But the 705 does have, you know, accuracy problems and also pen problems, so. But them waning longer, it's... Hello, G3, nice to see you. Them waning longer than they should is, honestly, I'm really confused because, like, literally, they should just all ball up and push. They have heavy tanks, they have HP. Try to get out here, but it's strange. Fortunately, the M4 moved. I don't know what the T-54 Mod 1's doing, because he's literally... But yeah, now everyone's running away to where... Yeah. We can't all leave this area. I would like to get there, but I feel like I'm going to die if I get there. And C-54 Mod 1 is... yeah. I don't know what you're... He's gonna get me killed. Honestly. Ooh. My shot. I don't have a shot on him. I had like a sliver and then I lost it. Yep, here comes a 7. Maybe they don't have armor. I'm actually gonna get right outside of B range here. Awesome. 261 got him. I'm glad I pulled back there because I definitely would have died. I thought when I saw one of their heavies before they got unspotted that they had more HP than that. But now we know why they didn't push. But most likely this is going to be a draw to where, like, we're tied here, but really the only way either team's going to win is if they kill all the tanks. So the reason why you don't want to play for a draw is it counts as a loss as far as HP goes, or not HP, experience and credits. I just knocked over a tree by mistake. So basically with that, we're under a minute here to where I'm just gonna push because the likelihood of everyone dying is pretty low, and it doesn't matter otherwise. But yeah, we're kind of out of time to actually kill everybody. It was still, we played it the best we could because we couldn't push into them, given the tanks they had. This guy's still camping, but at least I'll take a moral victory here. He's gonna, nope, he's not gonna kill me. Moral victory to where we just didn't have any time left. But we played that the best we could. We're basically trying to bait them out. Had they still pushed, even seeing their HP, because the 1705 there had quite a bit. Their Udes had HP, and maybe, say, like their Strev 1030. They would have been able to beat us if they had just made one push. We wouldn't have been able to take him out, but still did the most amount of damage in the match. And, you know, he was doing a really good job too. Kasan, where, you know, our already was helping out. It's basically just, you know, ran out of time there, and we couldn't make our, you know, push given the HP and armor that we had. Anyway, let me pop into a grind. I honestly kind of forget the tanks I'm grinding, to be honest. AMX 5100, because I had a, before everything was like at tier 8, where I'm grinding this one too. You're right, little doggy. His stomach's making some weird noises back there. Okay, so a T92 HMC. That up. But yeah, more or less, I don't feel bad for drawing that, even though it's a loss, because had I pushed earlier, most likely we would have lost if we had lost one other tank there, because they were most likely hesitant because we still had an SVG that's really accurate and can aim fast, but between me and the TVP, we could pump out a lot of damage and reload in a fairly short time, to where had we lost either one of us, it would have been game over, because M40, or not M40, M4A1 and a T54 Mod 1 aren't that scary at low HP. Alright, so mines here. Hello Matthew, nice to see you. Which I mentioned earlier, good news, you know, for people that hate mines at high tiers, pretty much everybody. Wargaming has said that, you know, in a patch or two after the March patch coming up for the new graphics, they're going to be basically expanding small maps. So it might have everything still in the same spot, but basically they could, or they could rework it a little bit more, say like add more playable area in this area or potentially here. They could just increase the scale, so there'd be like a little bit more distance in between things, but I relate it to basically just say they shrink your tank down a little bit, but everything's still in the same spot. But more or less they have stayed at mines. Karelia are definitely on the agenda, and I believe Ensk. I'm gonna get myself, whoa, why you keep pushing? Let's say I'm gonna get myself into some trouble here, but now I'm definitely gonna be in some trouble if I'm here alone against the tanks that they have. Yeah, I was trying to get out here. I'm gonna take a lot of damage here, but that's literally the only chance I had. T95's here too. No, at least I have a T95, but I'm gonna take the risk and try to get around him. Sorry, buddy. I'm probably gonna die running away here too. Yeah, the Mauer Breacher got me. It's just staying where I was. Their T95, the likelihood, like I'd set up here, he could just move right around there and kill me, but I took a risk and it didn't pay off there. Oh well. So that's a quick little match. M46 Patton's up next here though. Hello Mr. X, nice to see you. What do you mean by that, Poser? Is it like buffering? Because just popping down the resolution a smidge to like 720p will fix that. But basically this year, for tanks, like last year was definitely kind of poor as far as balancing goes and like new maps and stuff like that, but this year it looks like there's going to be a lot of changes, and I look at it as now that they have the Encore engine, what they're calling it, kind of finished, it'll be like the first few years that I started playing, to where a little bit less like new tanks coming out, but we are getting most likely the Italians and the Polish tanks this year, to where there's going to be like a new map every patch, or at least every other patch if they're doing patches, say, at a really brisk pace. And it should be an interesting year here. Defender needs a buff. Honestly, the Defender, if they gave it like a little bit more accuracy, a pinch, say a couple hundred HP, and a little bit more DPM, it could fit in very well at tier 9. But, you know, it's basically a tier 8.5 tank. But I feel like, you know, with all the changes they have planned, if they don't nail the balancing changes, so they're mainly looking at rebalancing premium ammo this year, and the crew system, you know, making it easier for newer players to get into. It'll be interesting because I feel like the premium ammo changes, they'll definitely need to tweak the armor of quite a few of these super heavy tanks that they've released over the past year. For that snapshot T92. Hello, Daniel. If you mean the Defender thing, I was just kidding about the tier 9 thing and the buff. They're not buffing it. But if you can look on like the dailybounce.net, read a status report.live. They have some really good transcripts. Like, I posted one up on my website, but I'll admit it's not the best translation out there. There was a developer meeting to where they went over changes for 2018 that they're working on. It's definitely worth reading, where it can get you a little bit excited for the upcoming year. The likelihood of him hitting me was pretty low. He's still staying out there. Likelihood of me hitting him is even lower because I can't aim. Critical hit. That's my trademark there. Let's say I really wanted to get him out. I did a really crappy job at aiming though. Yeah, well, you know, any tank, even if it's considered, say to be a little bit too good, or the win rate's really good in it, you know, someone still has to like playing it and playing it well. And where not every type of tank works for everybody. Like, I'm personally, you know, I have good matches in light tanks, but I personally am not the best at high tier light tanks. I like kind of mediums with gun depression and heavy tanks, but it's basically just not, you know, there's so many tanks in the game to where even if you're like, say, like it's kind of considered the Super Conqueror, Badger, Object 268 version 4, some of the best tier 10s right now. Someone could be really bad and don't know, and you could be really good, say, and getting really lucky like that. So you could be really good in the Object 268 proper that has one of the worst tier 10 win rates. You know, it all comes down to the individual player. WZ, you are going to get yourself in a lot of trouble here, and so am I, because P28 can hit me. I can't necessarily pen him. I don't know why you decided to push even further out on a flank that we don't really have too much here. Oh god. They're not aiming at me, so I'm gonna get my ammo rack here. but I'm not gonna like this outcome. He's a goner. It's just my team is really smashed back on that other side. Thank you, Tweedledee, for the follow on Twitch. Uh-oh. Got a little bit lucky there again. I don't know why people like that go on my blacklist, because I hate people that yell at people for not doing exactly what they want. But I don't see why he wanted to push out on a T-30 and a T-28, to where both of them have armor. I can't pen a T-28 frontally, and the T-30 can basically two-shot us. So, well, thank you again, Tweedle. I got really, really lucky there, though, honestly, as far as getting those bounces. I'm gonna stay out here far. It could backfire on me, but I think the T-30 is gonna get sloppy and push that way, and the same maybe with the T-28. But whenever I'm on a flank and I can't directly fight anybody like that, like, I should be dead right now, but I'll pull back. That way I can at the very least let my arty work on them. Just the T-28, I could pen him if it was before the buff. Now you can't. But I can't exactly aim for weak spots here, given the accuracy. Alright, awesome. We got him. Just the other side. That's the problem, to where, like, they're even at a disadvantage there, to where... Oh lord. There's their T-30. Not in the face. Kind of me against the T-30 now, because no one else is going to be able to hit him. Yeah, it's kind of a game over now. Oh well. Crap. Yeah, he's got me here. Ooh. Maybe not. Still had enough HP, but damn, there's that accuracy. Oh well. At this point, doesn't matter if I'm gonna go with my loader. Doesn't matter if I go back to the base, because we've basically lost already. So I'm just gonna roll over this way. They're most likely gonna cap me out, but maybe I get to shoot an arty. But I can't pop out on any of those tanks anymore. Except for the T-30, I could kill them, but once I miss that shot through the archway, there's nothing I can do there. I'm just gonna roll on this way. Arty's most likely gonna kill me, because I'm terrible at closing in on arty, to be honest. I kind of wish they would get off the cap, because if they did, I would honestly just kind of hang out here, because I technically could win if they wouldn't cap. But yeah, there's no hope in me going back to reset the cap, honestly. I'm just gonna make my one little shot here, and most likely I'm gonna get arty'd. But I'd be all for resetting the cap and going for a tie, but with where 3 SPGs and their E100 Defender and T30 is, I'm not going to be able to survive that. I wish I had some more HP there though. Hello Casper and Daniel, nice to see you. But oh well. The WZ honestly was really angry, but had he not pushed in that aggressive, we most likely would have been able to win our flank, me and him. And not that it would have changed the other flank's outcome, but we would have had a little bit better of a shot. Oh, it doesn't even matter I got top damage, because some of that was well after we had lost the match already. So I have a T-34 up next here. Would I like premium ammo to have better pen and less damage? As far as premium ammo, I feel like Wargaming should just go, it was like option 3 for them. So they mainly have 2 options available to them. Rebounds premium ammo as it currently is, like they already plan on reducing the price in the patch after 1.0. But they could like just say lower the penetration on it and just leave it at that. But I think they should just rebalance the entire ammunition system to where if a tank or a gun had a specific shell, you should have an option to use it. So whether that's like 2 shells if it's like a howitzer gun, or like 4 or 5 shells, and basically from that they should just balance ammunition with pros and cons. Like say AP's the general round still, you know, middle range damage and penetration. Then you could have like APCR, it does say, I don't know, whatever penetration it has, say like 25% more pen, but you do say 15% less damage per shot, something like that. Heat, basically, say it wouldn't lose penetration at range like it doesn't already. Poor at space armor, does the same amount of damage, has a little bit more penetration, something like that. So I think going the way of removing premium ammo, because they are looking into that, and just adding in basically choices to where there's no shell that's like, say, 3 times the cost of the standard shell per se. Basically just having pros and cons for each type of ammunition. That's how I would go about it. Thank you, Nate Palmer, for the follow over on Twitch. Hello, Vasa. The M48 I prefer over the Centaurian Action X. There is 1 SPG, but the likelihood of him aiming here, I'm just gonna go with he's not aiming here until I actually get hit. That's my problem here, is I get out-alpha'd by everything given I use the small gun here. But yeah, we are outnumbered 3, because the 12T should just be written off here. He fell down. Up back just a wee bit farther here. Not ditching him. I'm still going to help him if he gets pushed, but this gives me a few more options with being able to shoot here if they push. I'll catch up on chat shortly. I might have missed a couple little questions there. I can't pen him. Nor should I, you know, given he's a tier 7. That's actually based on armor. I'm using a 57mm gun here. Oh, I should be taking shots here though. That's a little bit of a mistake there. Okay, they are all going to be pushing down here. That's kind of good for us if this SU doesn't... He might have flipped. Cromwell B's one-shottable. That was a little bit of an error by them. See the SU-85, but I'm just gonna hopefully get through here without dying. Luckily they took him out. Oh, why the PZ-4 followed me. I'm kind of wishing I didn't get myself here. There is an IKV. I don't know if he's... he is south, okay. Gives me a little bit more wiggle room here. He wouldn't be back here to end me. E71 DA's that way, but we're not going to be able to outbrawl them in the south. Usually from this side I wouldn't push there. Like, I don't blame some of our tanks for not pushing into them. Thank you for the subscription. Chinese or Japanese, somewhere in Asia. I can't read your name now. I'm glad you could catch the stream, Napalm, even though it's a little bit late for you. 1 FPS? I would say that's a little hard to play with, yeah, Floyd. I did see a picture pop up. It kind of got cut off by my chat bot, though. I'll have to take a look at that. I couldn't imagine playing under 30 FPS. Yep, I saw that coming and I ran away from that. Like, I play on 60 usually, but I'm perfectly fine playing at 30. At least for World of Tanks. Like, if you're playing lights and stuff, some things can be a little bit too fast-paced for 30, but I don't know why we're pushing here. Until these guys come around, then we all need to push at once. Hello, Turovic, nice to see you. I'd say I've been dual streaming on YouTube and Twitch for a couple months now, but yes, basically I'm doing both every stream. And in the next week, like, I do have a chat bot on Twitch. I just haven't set up commands and everything. I have to redo all my chat bots basically for Twitch and YouTube, where everything's going to work across, you know, both platforms. Thank you for the follow though, Turovic. Hello Sean, nice to see you. I'm going to start another raffle here, but yeah, that's where, like, once I get everything set up, I'll be able to do like the raffles I do every hour on both YouTube and Twitch, and there'll be commands to be able to, like, the challenges and stuff I do that people can buy, or even say like Tip and Levi. a dog biscuit, it'll work on both. Alright, so I have a Strev 103B here, my next tank up, and I'm gonna pop into a grind. But even until then, like, I still take tank requests off of you know, Twitch, to where there's no command for it, but if anybody does want to see a specific tank, I'll add it into the queue. Hello JT, nice to see you. I see your image now that you posted, Floyd. That could be a little tough to play with. 1 FPS. Still kind of learning the Streamlabs, their chatbot. I have it on Twitch to where it, you know, it's tracking everybody's view time and coins and everything. And they just released YouTube support a couple days ago, to where I have to relearn a couple things before I get everything ready to go. Alright, so Strive 103B, hop into a grind. I'll play like, I'll do the Object 705 again, then into the M3 League, T28 TD. Not exactly the map I was looking for here. Tips to play the S-Tanks effectively. Don't get on Pilsing right now. More or less, I like to set up, you know, on hills, kind of peek out. This one you can deflect shells, but my rule is basically you can deflect shells from medium tanks, light tanks. Heavies are iffy, you know, it depends on the caliber of their gun. Basically, you're looking at 120mm guns and below. You can bounce on the tier 10. The tier 9 is too iffy because people can swap over to heat and basically still just punch through. I'm gonna head to this side, and I very rarely go over here, but I just don't see me being able to get more than, say, a shot or two since they have so many heavy tanks. I'd say the Swedish TDs, you know, they definitely, you have to get to, I'd say tier 7 before they're, or nah, tier 6 before I would recommend like giving the line a shot. The tier 5 is honestly, I think it's horrible. I know not everyone agrees with that, but I can get hit from my right here, but I'm hoping that teammates kind of a little bit further here, but it doesn't look like they are. Oh god, there's an E100 here too. I completely I screwed this up. Try to track him. Be very nice if he's not using his repair kit. Now if I can actually hit his lower plate, that would be awesome. But more or less you're just trying to hold down, preferably out of view range, but like in this scenario, I should have just went for the center mass shot here. Just trying to keep him tracked so I can, here we go, someone else did it. I can keep getting shots on him and other people can. But basically just staying in between the max view range and the max render range is your sweet spot. If there's no arty like this, that's where playing on hills you can actually bounce stuff. As long as you're not showing your side, you can deflect a lot of stuff from mediums and lights. I say yes, for a morning stream I actually have quite a few viewers here. It's a good thing. Like tonight will be interesting. It's the first time I'm ever going to be streaming Stellaris, since that's what was voted for my Game of the Week stream. Congrats Casper on winning the raffle as well. But I might have like one or two of my Game of the Week streams left as far as having them scheduled, since I have to switch my stream schedule up a little bit here due to work soon. He hit me on my cupola. Just, can we push, guys? Our left side somehow is hanging in, but all of their TD, or not TDs, but all of their mediums have pulled back, and they're gonna break through there sooner than later. Because unfortunately I still have to set up with this guy in mind. It's just we have a lot of people that are really hesitant to push for some reason, where it's not that big of a risk. Like there's the AMX 13105 and a TVP. That's pretty much it as far as things that can damage us over here. That little bugger. I'll just wait for him. Oh, never mind. But honestly, I'll admit, I'm not the best at playing like a Strive 103B. I still get a little lost with setting up in the right spots. Oof. No, that's not gonna work. Yeah, we took way too long on this flank to actually push. But yeah, our only hope is to somehow get on the cap quickly, and still, like, just push in TVP. He's not gonna be able to deal with two of these guys. To where I don't necessarily want to be the first one out here, especially the super conquerors on my left. Just, yeah, nobody's pushing out here, so I'm kind of hung out to dry now. Not in the face. Oh well. But I don't know why some of those mediums behind me weren't trying to push. It's just, as a cook, yes, I'm still a sous chef, yeah. The restaurant's opening back up in a couple weeks here, so back to getting up at 3:30, 4 a.m. Hello, Antonio. Nice to see you. As far as adding lower resolution options on Twitch, that's where I'm trying to work on it. It's just basically that comes down to, like, I technically could be a Twitch affiliate, but it's against the terms of service and the contract to actually dual stream, to where, you know, since I primarily have streamed on YouTube, I'd have to drop that completely, and I wouldn't even be able to post my stream replays on YouTube until up to 24 hours afterwards. So that's something to where I did apply again, because technically I meet the requirements for a partnership, and seeing, because you can negotiate that out to where they take a slightly larger percent of, say, the revenue you get through Twitch, and you can dual stream on both, from what I understand, at least from what people have told me and what I've searched up. But we'll see what they say. But that's, you know, really the only thing with Twitch that, you know, I don't want to. A lot of people break it to where they're affiliates and they dual stream on both, but technically, you know, it's kind of a, not even a gray area. They just don't actively enforce it unless you report it or they come across. Then, you know, you technically can get banned for that from Twitch. I'm glad you like the menu, Brian. Yeah, I think I have a meeting, like the stream ends in another hour here at 11 for me. I'll be at the restaurant by probably 11:30, because we have a meeting. I think it's about menus and getting ready for, like, our first weekend. We have, like, singer-songwriter, so all of the town, a bunch of musicians come in from out of town, and local musicians too. I think that's our first weekend event that goes on here. Just figuring out what exactly we're doing and so on and so forth. I like that I'm top tier here, but honestly I've never played top tier M3 Lee, or I don't even think I've played an M3 Lee on this map specifically, to where I'm kind of like, do I go to where I normally would go in a tank like this, to the other side? But I felt like we'd get a lot of people on the hill I could be shooting, but it's not looking that way right now. Hurt a little bit. He bounced, thankfully. I just hope my team doesn't lose a lot of... I might get hit from the left here, but I'm going to take a little bit of a risk just to make sure that we clear the hill out promptly here. I just hope we don't lose too many people in the center. This poor M5 Stewart. If it was a Chinese Stewart, I'd be a little bit more afraid of him. But since it's not, he's dead. Got sweet shots on their PZ. Thank you, Spanky, for the follow on Twitch. And I got their tank lit up that can hit me. Luckily, they're not paying too much attention to me yet. But they are capping, which is a scary sight to have in a low tier battle because you never know if your teammates are going to pick it up. So far, I'm going with M37 cracked here, so I don't have a shot anywhere, and I'm dead. Oh, that was a little mistake, but I was trying to get out to shoot the T-29 because they, yeah, a lot of damage here, but unfortunately, I got a little bit too ahead of myself. I should have. When they were capping, I should have popped over here instead, because I'd be a little bit safer from getting shot by Artie and stuff. But that's probably going to cost it because, or cost us the match, because this PZB2, nobody's going to be able to pen this guy now, looking at the tanks we have left. Oh well. The M22 Locust request I have as well, which... Let me get into the... I finally remembered, Sam, the KV4 challenge here. Unfortunately, Sean, I don't have an ISU. Yeah, I thought I was supposed to do the KV4 challenge a couple battles ago. So Sam purchased the challenge here in the KV4, so I'm going to have to do 1.5 times the HP total. I was kind of waiting to see what would happen here, but unfortunately we lost. But yeah, even though I did a lot of damage, I could have played that better if I just moved over to that one spot on the right there. I would have honestly been able to mow down the rest of their tanks. Oh well. They did a good job, especially their A32 there. Alright, so KV4 time here. Again, I have to do 1.5 times the HP total of the KV4. I usually have it up on my other screen here so I don't forget. 25 or 2,550. Yeah, as far as, you know, whether I'm liking YouTube gaming or Twitch more, like I like YouTube right now more. It does have a couple more options, but I feel like there's less restrictions in a way, especially like the affiliate thing, not being able to dual stream. But both have, you know, their own ups and downs, but I'm trying to do both. It's just figuring out how to get everything the same across both is, you know, gonna take some time. Alright, so unfortunately I spawn south on swamp. Why couldn't I spawn on the northern side? But really it kills my options, because as a slow heavy I'm not going to be able to push out on this flank, nor can I like get myself in here, where I'm kind of stuck going down here. You're only sending 2 people on that flank too, to where like the only option I would consider, like they're removing swamp in the next patch, so it's not too much to like learn about new spots and stuff. It's going away soon. Great, already drowned themselves. Is you can like push up to this area, but KV4 I'm so slow I wouldn't make it up there. Adam, I think you're asking if I speak French. Sorry, I do not speak Français. I think that's close. Have not learned any French before in my life, except for, like, technically I am French trained in cooking, to where, like, I know cooking terms in French, but that's about it. Thank you. This be very nice if, like, we have a couple people behind me. I found waning at that spot. So many people have been shot from that spot trying to get into H2. You're better off pushing this side hard if you're from the south, and just leaving like a TD or two there. But trying to get like an early shot in the heavy is usually not the best option for you. Just keeping in mind that, like, Artie has a really clear shot on me. I'm just hoping that Artie doesn't all fire at me. Like, I can take a shot or two from him, but I don't particularly want to get hit by all three. But here comes the other flank. Like, Swamp usually plays here. The other side just doesn't hold up whatsoever, and you're usually defending your base, like, right from the get-go. KV4, I should start having shots on him, but I can't push until he's out. Well, that's what I thought. I definitely botched that saying French. There's a T30 here, so he gets pulled right in front of him. I'm trying to get these guys behind me going, because that's the only way we're gonna win. Like, we're tied now, but there's not a lot between us and a loss right now if we don't start clearing the center. Like, they have a super Pershing towards my right, which, if he starts poking over, will kind of hurt, like, where the defender is and everything, from being able to defend that area easily. Somehow got that shot. But the IS-3 going ahead, it's not a bad idea. He's probably going to be able to catch their Artie. Yes, I'm really hesitant because it is T30 here. I was trying to hit him in the little turret cheek there. Now we're up by 4 though, so that, you know, this is working out now to where, fortunately for us, there we go. And of course I hit a little bit off. This T30 shouldn't be able to hit me, so I'll be fine to push in to this super Pershing now. So fortunately the enemy team wasn't able to push that other flank well, so they put a lot of people down here. You want to have at least a couple people kind of in this little crevice here. Thank you very much for the challenge though. I just squeaked by it here, though, Sam. I speak English sometimes. Depends on how tired I am, but I can speak a little bit of Spanish. And as far as French stuff, I literally only know like French culinary terms. And even that, I'm probably really rusty because I really only needed to know that for culinary school. They had to test us on something, so outside of like health and safety stuff, you got tested on like techniques and different terms. I don't mind. Oops. Yeah, I'm just gonna get that out of my way. I didn't need to repair my radio, man. But I'd like to do that. Pretty decent match though. 3,300 damage almost. A little bit of block, a little bit of assist. Sorry it took me a little bit, Sam, to get to this. But it was a fun match nonetheless. Like the KV4, when I ground through it, it was probably one of the least painful grinds I've had. Like I started playing it when it was elite, but you know, once you get that top gun, it's a pretty solid tank. Most amount of damage in the match. Pretty straightforward, easy match there. Yeah, sorry Spanky. Yeah. Usually like this is my last week most likely. I'm working on my new stream schedule. It's most likely going to take effect next week, so I'll know by the weekend. But right now for this week I'm platooning Thursday and Friday. So Thursday morning stream, then Friday night stream. If anyone does want to platoon. Okay. But thanks again for the challenge though, Sam. Hopefully you're still here. I didn't see you pop out, but I felt bad. I missed it by... I said I'd do it, and then I played in, I think, 1 or 2 extra battles before actually getting into it. But yeah, this stream specifically, I wanted to definitely get a few more grinds in, because last stream I got, I don't know, like 3 battles the entire night. Out of ranks again, Randall. I'll have to add a couple more on. But hopefully by tonight's stream I'll have a lot of my... I'm going to stay on this side because that's where the flag is. I'm going to have a lot of the stuff I need to update for my chatbots on both YouTube and Twitch figured out. Yes. I'm kind of surprised because, you know, I was having trouble killing their T-28 when I was on this map last. But yeah, the T-28 is definitely a brand new tank after the HD rework. Before it was just all gun. Now, you know, it's a decent blend of frontal armor, and the gun's still pretty solid on it. But after this, I'll hop into the Super Pershing, and then I'll get into a grind before getting to the Leopard 1, T92, artillery. I should be able to get to all these requests that are up there though. And again, tonight I'll be streaming starting at 9 p.m. First single player game I've ever streamed before, but Stellaris. New DLC came out for it called Apocalypse, to where it actually reworked a lot of the game, but I'll be streaming that tonight, so it'll be fairly interesting. Hopefully I can... Stellaris is a pretty in-depth game to where I pause it a lot, to where hopefully I can keep a pretty brisk pace as far as playing and chatting and stuff like that, and don't keep it paused too much as far as progressing the game. It's not, I was gonna say, it's not the best shot if I had hit him in the hole. Yep, so much for that armor. It was the ISU had hit me, or I think it's the ISU. Yes, ISU 152 is back there, and that nailed me for like 700-ish HP. Nope, this is not good. Now I don't have enough, I don't have gun depression to be able to fight here specifically. I'd kind of be hoping that they push like that, and that already doesn't direct hit me now. Would be very careful, T92, because if Artie's aiming at me, you're also gonna get hit. But at least my team's doing really well. We're up by 4. The other side's basically 1. And it's really holding this side that usually screws your team over when it comes to assault defense. Most people don't see that the flag's on this side. So highest premium tank. Yeah, you need invite codes to where usually the best invite codes have tier 5 tanks. Honestly though, you know, tankrewards.com is going offline after this month for the NA server, just because of the NA office moving from California to Texas. But as a free-to-play player, you can technically get high tier tanks for that. I think, you know, up to tier 8. You have to be somewhat lucky for the higher tier ones or get a lot of points, but you can get some nice freebies. Like, definitely you can get like tier 6 tanks out of tank rewards fairly easily just from playing, you know, a few days a week. Elsewhere though, you know, your best bet, honestly, sometimes they do giveaways on streams and stuff if you want more than like a tier 5 from an invite code. Gun depression. Granted, this has been an awesome match regardless. I forgot that there was that little rock there he was hiding behind. Luckily, didn't get flanked. You know, I got one big hit on me from like 3 people hitting me somewhat in a short period of time, but outside of that, not too much to complain about when it comes to the E28 here. Don't have a shot on him to where if I push any further, I'm not going to get any shots here. But 3k damage isn't bad, 1300 block. As far as, I don't even know where they had penned me, but I'm guessing the ISU hit me somewhere, and maybe that lower plate. You can kind of see it before I ran into that rock. Well, when it comes to premium tanks, like, honestly, like, low tier ones are mainly meant for like fun. Like, some of them are a little unbalanced and stuff, but when it comes down to it, which most damage in the match too, just by a smidgen, I'll take that. Like, honestly, even as, say, like someone that wouldn't spend any money, like, it's better off that you'd play like a, say, a standard tier 5 or something, because you'd make more of a profit, say, on a tier 5 or a tier 6 than playing, say, like a tier 2, tier 3 premium tank. But you're probably right where the M22 is the easiest for someone who's not looking to spend any money on the game, and you know, they can't use an invite code. But some of them actually haven't really worked recently, say like the Reddit one and everything. Alright, so I got a super Pershing here, Leopard 1. I'll do a grind before I get to the Leopard 1, but then I'll probably just bang out the last 4 requests here. Hello Bert, nice to see you. Which, as far as stuff about the next patch, I'm guessing that Thursday, you know, there's going to be another update on the test server, because for the past few weeks, like literally my Thursday morning stream, I get done at 11, and by noon, when that rolls around, an update gets put out between then, and then the server's usually up by like 12:30 in the afternoon for me. But nothing's guaranteed. Hello, Dick. Nice to see you. Luke's request? Sure. I say, if anyone hasn't requested a tank, feel free to pop one in. I'll try my best to get to it. Like, I don't have a ton of time after what's up on the tank request lists. Only because I can't go... Say I can't do like an extra few battles today just because I have a meeting to get to. Granted, you know, it's with my family, but technically it's a work meeting, so I can't put it off. I kind of went the little cheapy route here, but I'm just gonna stick to the center area here. The Patriot got me there. But I didn't necessarily want to fight in the center. I was looking to fight down here and kind of do a little bit of spotting, you know, a little bit of everything for my team, but make it work down in this area. I'm not spotted right now, so I should be fine to stop and take a shot at this IS. I don't think that hit him. Okay. Hello, Gremlin. I was gonna say, as far as, yeah, like I could, it would cost money though, for restream. Like right now, I teeter between their free account and also it's like $5 a month. But if I resub up on restream, you know, since I use that to dual stream, it costs money to kind of change your bit rates between streams. I could technically do that for Twitch because I stream at a really high bit rate. It's like 4,900 kilobytes a second, or kilobits, one of them. Where I technically could lower that down a little bit to make it easier to watch. Our team is falling down here because we have way too many people in the mountains. You almost never hear your team complain about there being too many people in the center and the south, but put too many people up in the mountains and you literally just give the enemy team the rest of the map. I'm kind of screwed here. I think my best play is to try to get back here, because if I die there, they're just going to be able to push right behind those guys, where it's still, I'm grasping at straws here because, oh lord, I'm actually getting a little bit of lag there. Grasping at straws because we don't have the tanks where we need them. They're all up skiing or something up there. Crap. Yeah, here comes the T10 though. T92, yeah, I'm screwed here. Oh well. I don't know why so many people were shooting heat rounds at me, because that's not a good thing to do at a super pershing, but whatever. But they were shooting at my back, but still. We just put a few too many people up in this area, and they got stopped by one T30, it looks like. Oh well. I'm glad some of you guys finally got a, you know, Object 252U Defender. It's definitely, you know, you're buying it for the performance, which primary at. A little bit less so for the credit grinding. Well, yeah, Crimson. It looks a pinch better because, so Twitch, since I'm, you know, not an affiliate partner, whatnot, the only option is the source. So unlike if you're, say, bumping it down like a different resolution, it's not transcoded or encoded again. So the resolution is a little bit better. Where YouTube, it basically encodes every single resolution setting from 1080p down to 144p. So it gives you more options, but it does have some drawbacks, yes. Muhammad, I can add that in. I'm not sure if I'll be able to get to it today, only because I don't have a ton of time left in today's stream, but I'll try my best. It is a very good tank though. Well, it basically for tier 8 premiums, it makes about, or I should say tier 8 in general, it's about like number 13 ish, I believe, as far as profits, like net profits. So tanks like the Lorraine 40T, even the T25 Pilot will make a better profit than the Defender. Mainly this comes down to shell cost, and also, you know, you can deal some damage in those tanks without, like the Streb S1's, I think technically the highest. You can deal some damage in those tanks without being like spotted and taking damage in return. Got yourself a little bit too far out here, but I'm not complaining. ISM now. Bounced off him. Not good that my team is leaving where that T-34B is. A little bit open. Awesome, they got him now. Okay, they're using this wall. I'm gonna let them keep using that wall unless I need to shoot it out. But I don't think they know that that's not cover. But yeah, it's really not good that we're letting them push here. Like, I feel like I'm gonna get flanked. Crap, and I guess I gave him a free shot there. Again, you guys are sticking out of that corner. My team's not punishing you enough for it. I really wanted to push harder here. It's just, unless they get these two guys that are kind of behind me, it's going to be tough to make that work because I'm going to be kind of left out there alone. Alright. I'm even a little bit concerned doing this, but we'll see. Because I'm not sure how much my team's going to be able to help me. Unfortunately, I can't spot this Udez now. It's a bit of a concern, but we're down by quite a few tanks to where... See if I can spot him here. There he is. Down by one. Learned about him coming around. He will get hit from the field because I have people back there, but it's just hard to know if they're gonna actually pin him or not. Crap, I shot a little bit low there. I don't know how, I guess he's hold down that T-34. Just this T-32's back here helping, fortunately. I didn't think he could hit me there. That was actually a really big hit that they got on me. Give that guy credit. He can still hit me too. Don't have a shot on him anymore. Oh well. I got myself kind of boxed in, unfortunately. Yeah, now they're behind me. Specifically, this ISM can pop out and get me. Huh. Never knew that I could do this, even though I just literally shot one hard piece of cover. Wonder if he can shoot through this. I'm really curious, because we're not going to win this. Maybe again. I never knew that you could shoot through the little barrels here. Yeah, I'm dead. Oh well, I screwed. I didn't play that as good as or as well as I should have. Hello, Matt. Nice to see you over on Twitch. I got your mouse request. I'm gonna try, you know, to get to all these, but I'm unsure with the amount of time I have left if I can do them all. But yeah, I got your request on Twitch. I take, you know, requests on both platforms. I just I only tally them up after battles are over. He did a really good job. I didn't play too well, but it's a little bit disheartening to see the rest of my team, given that, you know, we had people that were alive for a very long time and we just didn't get any damage out. But I screwed up a few shots, so. Tier for tier though, I would say the tier 9 705 is a little bit better than the tier 10 705A. I'm a little bit higher on the 705A than most. You'll see a lot of people like saying it's the worst tier 10 heavy tank, even though it's still a new tank. It's just, I think out of the new tanks they put in, the 705A is the most balanced one they put in. I would say, all things considered, even comparing it to some older tier 10s, the 705A, even though it can be really hard to damage side scraping as far as armor goes, I would say the 705A is actually a balanced tank, whereas like the Object 430U's a little bit too good compared to its peers, but basically the Object 268 version 4 is, you know, the best tier 10 that got implemented last patch by far. But that tank's just silly. Alright, come on matchmaking. I don't have a ton of time left. Normally I could go a little bit later on my morning streams, but yeah. I told Levi's back there napping still. I told my family I'd be over at the restaurant because they wanted a meeting today early, and you know, it was either I cancel the stream and go to the meeting, or yeah, luckily they didn't seem to mind waiting a little bit later. Alright, so Fisherman's Bay again. Hello Gus, nice to see you. I'll be back tonight, starting at 9 p.m. For Stellaris. Be interesting. I'm a little bit nervous for streaming it just because it's not a say online PvP game, because that's literally all I've ever streamed before. You guys will get to see, I think I named, what did I name? I'm kind of boring. I don't play as like, say, alien races. I think it's called like the United Human Conglomerate. I think I called my empire. But I set it up to where a lot of Stellaris, like, you can win diplomatically, but usually it's just about destruction. in a way. I'm about to go to war with, I forget the name of the empire. It has like Swarm in it though, and they're basically set up to where they can't ally with anybody. They're just basically gonna try to destroy every other species around them. Well, I kind of want it to push here, because that's one of the easiest ways to win Fisherman's Bay is if you win the one line, but having just 2 TDs behind me and being in a Leopard 1, that's a no-no. I hope you feel better, Gus. Yeah. Like the 430U, I feel like it would be fine if there weren't, say, premium rounds in a sense, but also if those 2 tanks it's compared to were actually a little bit better, mainly the 121. Yeah, right now, unfortunately, like the Leopard 1, it's not easy to play given the current game. Probably one of the harder tier 10 mediums to play, giving you're basically just an oversized light without the camouflage bonus. My team didn't really set up anywhere for me to kind of play off of. Like, I'm trying to take pot shots in the center, but if I can shoot them, I can get hit by a couple tanks in return. Really lucky I did not hit that guy. Oh, hey, little dog. Do I play Skyrim? I have played it, yes. I never finished it, but I like games like that. I liked The Witcher 3 more than Skyrim now. Like, I like open world games, but I like something with a little bit more, I guess, structure to it. Crap. I shouldn't have fell for that. He was just rocking back and forth. But still, unfortunately this side, you have a good chance if you win that G1 spot early to just kind of blow out the enemy. If I had, like, say, even if it was just one other person, I would have pushed up there. But I couldn't justify going alone. But luckily that 183 just nailed him. Well, soon there's going to be, for the Italians, the Leopard it's going to be a Leopard tank with their auto-reloading mechanism. That's not 100% confirmed to be the tier 10, but the likelihood is, I would say, like 90%. That's the Italian top tier tank. Sheridan, I see that he popped out. Yeah, like the Witcher, I've finished almost everything in that game. Okay, object 140. Even if you get to the Sheridan, I would be really... I should have popped out a little bit later there. I forgot I wasn't loaded. Even if he gets to the Sheridan, they most likely... Yeah, at least a bat, but... TDs are going to be behind them. Mainly trying to stay arty safe too, but it's just tough. I hate playing like this where you're kind of just hoping the enemy makes mistakes, but it's not like I could push up and even like hold down up in G1. I'd just push up and hope that I didn't get completely annihilated. Hello, Agathon. Nice to see you. Thinking, no, that until they do something, I'm gonna try to get shot on the IS-7. They just pushed into the corner, though. Don't have a shot at his lower plate, unfortunately. I don't know if Levi's back there whining or what, but yeah. I thought I was going to have a shot on IS-7, but I can only hit his upper plate there. See you, Bert. Have a nice one. Well, the Chinese TDs, they're not real tanks in the sense that they were built, I'll say, but from hearing people and the person that actually helped research part, say like I forget her name specifically, but, or how to pronounce it, Japanese tanks and even part of, I guess, the Chinese tech tree, they're mainly just test beds for gun platforms, but they weren't necessarily real in the sense of they were expected to field and be put into combat. Granted, that's kind of what some TDs are anyway. On Object 140, why are you not showing up? Now he's out of my range, but I definitely screwed the pooch a little bit here as far as playing. It's just him. It's always in the back of your mind in the Leopard that you're a light tank when your armor is concerned. But to make a comeback here, we do have to do something over here. Like, we're only down by 2. It's just, given the amount of people that they have in the base, biggest loss to WZ, it's tough to, you know, we still have 2 arties, but we don't have many standard tanks left compared to them. I was trying to turn, but oh well. Direct hit, I'm not going to survive that. Best of luck, team. A Leopard one, though. It's a good looking tank, but it doesn't really gain anything over other tier 10 mediums, but it has the downside of how fragile it is. Well, yeah, technically, like the tier 9 Conqueror, I don't think they had planned to put the space armor on the turret. I could be wrong there, but the tier 9 Conqueror is somewhat real. The tier 10, though, I'm not too sure, mainly with the turret, but from what I can remember, there were plans to add the space armor onto the hull of the Conquerors. I don't, you know, the turret changes they did with the space armor in the game, I don't think I've ever read anything about that, but I could be wrong. I don't honestly ever say that I really know too much about historical stuff of tanks, but I'm pretty sure the hull of the Conquerors is more leaning towards, it was planned, they never had, I guess, fielded it or anything, but they're, like, some people might disagree with me here, but I remember seeing someone who went into like how many fake tanks there are actually in World of Tanks. It was either on Reddit or the forum somewhere, and there's actually not that many purely fictional tanks in World of Tanks. And by that I mean, like, yes, a lot of them aren't like built, went into production, saw service, what have you, but pieces of them at least are real, whether it comes to blueprints or like design parameters. Say like there's a document stating the weight, the armament, the speed, stuff like that, to where I think the tanks that are most fictional, I'm pretty sure like the T-25/2 TD's not real. The T-28 prototype tank destroyer, I don't think that's a real tank either. I'm forgetting other ones, but but more or less, like, they definitely, you know, the game's not realistic. And they never stated it is. Like, it has historical parts of it, and I guess historical, like, I don't even know. I don't want to say like tidbits, but basically the game, the most important part of World of Tanks, which why I like it over some other tank games, is not that it's arcadey, but basically the gameplay takes precedent over something being 100% historical, because otherwise, honestly, the mouse would be unplayable, because the armor is really buffed up on the mouse. Same with the E100. You know, certain tanks just, you know, wouldn't work unless they tweaked things here or there. Personal rating, I am unsure right now. I haven't checked that in quite some time. Same with like my win rate 8 and stuff. I can try to pop up my service record after this if you'd like to see. Fired a second earlier, but I'll take that. It looked like we were going to push this side hard, but they kind of backed off a little bit. They have a lot of TDs and like really heavy tanks to where the 2-3 line's probably going to be tough to push. Tempted to shoot to 430U because, yeah, he's going to be the tougher target. But I'm inclined to help this side more because we should be able to... They have some heavies coming in here. God, why'd you go there that quick? Not necessarily his fault, it's just... Actually try to get this mouse stuck out here. The likelihood of me splashing my own teammate was pretty high. I'm gonna try to get a little distance here. But 1500 damage on the mouse, awesome. Still gonna help out this other side because they just got the mouse out, which is great. But this other, you know, I can definitely get shots in the 1-2 line right now, but that's more of a static flank where they should just honestly be holding and taking shots when the enemy kind of pops out. I'll take a risk now here though, so I can potentially get awesome. It's a really good hit on the 40 or object 430U. Thanks, Randall. So what, 9,569. Honestly, I'm surprised Wargaming hasn't swapped over to their new WTR, you know, World of Tanks rating. They stated they're actually happy with how that went. You know, it's still technically in beta, like the Hall of Fame and rework and whatnot, but they're happy with how it is. It's just they haven't, I guess, decided to switch it over entirely. .430U's honestly probably pretty angry. I guess hit him again. I was mainly aiming for the 121, but he backed right into that. But I'm glad I didn't help the 1-2 side. They did the right thing and kind of held there. And it looked like the enemy pushed too far, and they have an advantage now over there. So I'm still helping out this flank, given that, you know, it's the weakest flank as far as, you know, we have 4 tanks there plus a grill. It's just they had, you know, the 2 mouses, and they basically have more armor and high alpha here, which is making it problematic if our team had screwed up a little bit. Oh, I just hit the 430U again. I kind of feel bad for him because I'm mainly aiming at the 121 because he's the one that's kind of staying still, but my shells just keep flying into the 430U. But this side, they sucked in a little bit too close here now to where they could regret doing that here. Usually I don't focus on one player. Crap, the STV1 got through. I'm a goner here. Usually I don't focus on one player because I played as stun tanks and basically spread it around a little bit. I try to hit him, but Yeah, I'm a goner. Unfortunately, though, we left the center open, which, oh well. But that went from, we were tied, now we're down, because the enemy team finally pushed on that side. And I probably should have just honestly took my last shot over there still. I would have accomplished more. But we're not out of it yet, because we still have a decent setup. But 2,500 damage, 2,000 assists too. I'll look back at this. I just want to, I have a tier 6 request up next. I'm most likely not going to be able to get to every request here, which we won Fisherman's Bay, which is awesome. So tier 6 tank, why don't I want to play. Why don't I hop into, I haven't played a Jackson in a while. I'll play that. But as far as my service record really quick, that's it right here. I feel real bad for the 430U though, because usually I go for the shot, especially in the T92, that's gonna A, net me damage, but also say stun 2-3 people. That way I rack up, you know, some assist damage, some stun assist damage too. But it basically debuffs, you know, the enemy as far as their DPM, their accuracy, and mobility. Alright, so I have tier 6 here, M22 Locust, a Luke's, T54 Mod 1, and a Mouse. Unfortunately, I'm probably not going to be able to get to all of them. Like, I can go like a hair over like the end of my stream time, but unfortunately, you know, I am back at the restaurant here or there, and you know, it starts back up in a couple weeks. So I'm a little bit less flexible when it comes to my streaming times now. I feel like that's, you know, good and bad as far as, you know, streaming, because it's not like I am dedicated to streaming to where some people who do it full time, I feel like sometimes, like, I like, you know, full-time streamers, they definitely have, like, say, better production value, and oh my god, Firefly, you do that again, you're gonna disappear. But I feel sometimes, like, if they're having a really, like, off day or something, and, like, they come on live, sometimes they don't feel, not to say happy, but, you know, it becomes more of a job. Really hope that this T29 pushes where I think he's gonna push to. Don't really have a shot there. I was hoping this T37 would pop back out, but take a really risky shot there. See you, Gus. But I definitely have a battle after this, so I'll do the raffle after this match here. Goner. Good night, Brian. Thanks for watching. Okie dokie. 29 stopped a little bit shorter than I thought he was, but don't really blame him, given that, you know, we do have a bunch of support behind him, but a lot of people kind of know not just to push around the corner anymore and to, like, flank you and get behind one of these rocks. Still waiting to see, like, they should have some people up here. Like, 2 of their tier 8s are in the south. The ISU's probably in, like, the center camping, but I really don't want to push and, like, get stuck somewhere too early if I can help it. I just have to keep reminding myself I'm bottom tier. I don't have... he died. Awesome. I don't have HP. Which even with the new, like if I do switch over to Streamlabs' chatbot on YouTube eventually, so the way YouTube's API works, it only does track people who chat. I have it set up for once an hour still, like my current bot here, Fussbot for YouTube. If you watch over on Twitch though, their API is a little different to where it'll track you just solely for watching. You don't have to chat at all. Oh well. Unfortunately, we lost this other flank, but I probably should have moved over sooner, but it's still... There's no way that I could have known that we're going to lose that other flank here. Come on, turret. You can do it. But we need at least one person to kind of be the guinea pig to spot here. I just hope I can get up in time, because this PZ-58 T-71 can spot me pretty easily. This IS though, I can't fight an IS solely because I don't have HP. Like I can definitely pen him, but maybe. Oh crap! I shot it in the wrong spot. Maybe I can't pen him as easy as I wanted to. All right. That at least gives us a fighting chance here. I'd be really careful about that. A little bit too far out here. Yeah. I don't think I'm going to be able to outpace him as much as I would like, but we'll see. Maybe if we could do the same as what I did to the PZ-58, that would be awesome. Yes. I think... yeah, it's going to be too late. He's having one shot. Now, oh, that was really close. He did miss me though. Obviously, I would be dead right now. Where's this ISU? He's probably gonna... oh, he's there. Already still can hit me, but if this IKV isn't aimed this way, which, hey, I got the sound bug. Awesome. That's a really bad time for getting the sound bug here. Alright, there's 3 minutes left. Oh lord, unfortunately, they still have that SPG. He just missed me. I can't hear! Need to kill this little light. Awesome. We won! Because there's only 3 minutes and it's just arty. This was a fun battle though. But yeah, everything's quiet because I still get the sound bug in World of Tanks here from time to time. But I'll still I'll pop into one more battle after this still. I might as well, I'm just gonna head the other way. I don't care about Top Gun. If he dies though, I'm pretty much just gonna run and hide. There we go, awesome. That was a nice little comeback we had there. Really upset that I got the stupid sound bug. So I'm gonna pop a raffle off here. But I had to restart the game client, and I'll pop into my next tank here. But I got an ace tanker. I got a Menz medal. Almost got 6 kills, but I was glad we won that. And yeah, top damage on my team. The SG-122-44 beat me out though by just a little bit, but pretty good match there. Hello, Blinkin' Duck. That is a very good name there. Nice to see you over on Twitch though. Alright, so I just need to restart the client because of that stupid sound bug here. So this will just be just a second here, guys. But I'll pop into one more battle here. Come on, load. Go. Or at least I hope it loads. There we go. Alright, so I'm a little bit past what I probably should be streaming anyway, but M22 Locust, unfortunately, unless I get like killed in the first 2 seconds here, I won't be able to get to the last 3 requests. Sorry about that, guys. I will be back streaming tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Stellaris. It's kind of like my Game of the Week stream. But my next World of Tanks stream is going to be coming up Thursday morning. Starting at 8 a.m. not p.m. again, so the same as today. But usually my tank requests fill up pretty early, where... Thank you very much, Labobo, for the tip. Usually they fill up pretty early to where, you know, I was kind of lucky I got a couple more in than I thought I was here. But it was a pretty good stream here. I had a few really nice battles, like that last one, which, come to think of it, even though the sound got bugged, I'm gonna clip that out. Alright, come on, matchmaking. Luckily the restaurant isn't too far away here, so I shouldn't be late to this meeting I need to get to. But thank you very much again, guys. It was a fun morning, and I'm glad I could have some decent battles here. The last raffle here, it's, you know, 1,000 Levi biscuits for a winner, and since I just got an ace, at the end I'll add a little bit more to tonight's raffles too. Hey little bud. He's gonna be so happy he gets to come with me here. He's usually not allowed like in like restaurant and hotel, but you know, we're still technically closed. I see our type 95 or 95 and 91 are pushing south. That's strange. Haven't seen anything yet. Given how small this tank is, I'm fairly safe to kind of pop through the town, and granted there's less walls looking right or left than there is right in some spots, but trying a spot for my team, less about shooting here. Unless I'm not gonna take damage. This is a little dinky gun. Can't even like break through walls either. This is such a light tank. Still going for it. I don't want to get too close to him because he could have that kind of a almost like machine gun on it. Oops. Yep, that's exactly what he has. Oh god. Yeah, I made a pretty glaring error there getting that close. Gotta get behind these walls again because he's just about loaded. Really hoping my team can... Nope. Oh well. Hoping my team could kill him, but they didn't. I screwed up though. I didn't want to get that close to him to where I thought he wasn't going to push across. But looking back, we didn't have that many people there to shoot him. Oh well. But congrats, Brian, on winning the raffle. Let's see. I've gotta pop up the kind of end credits here for the stream, but thank you very much again, guys, for watching, and also the tips today. I say my cat, whenever like my family's cat lives at my parents' house still, whenever we put her in the car, she knew she was going to the vet, so she was not very happy. But regardless, thank you very much for watching again, guys, and I'll see some of you guys tonight. Little doggy. But yeah, unfortunately it doesn't look like we're gonna win this one. But I'm glad I got a couple more matches in here, but yeah, I definitely need to head out here for a bit just to get a couple things done at the restaurant. But anyway, thanks again for watching, guys. I'll see some of you guys tonight. Otherwise, my next World Tank stream will be Thursday, same time as today, 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, so I'll see you guys at another stream. Have a nice one.